Good evening, everyone. Good evening. That was the Ukrainian National Anthem. I read something today. 200 people dying each day in the battle and the struggle to protect Ukraine from Russian invasion. So, gotta do this tune. Gotta do it. And I know you're all with me on this because we care. And we care. But the good news here tonight is that you're here with me. And I think Molly's here too. Let me see if I can see my messages here. I don't know. Oh my God, we got messages. We got all kinds of comment. Oh my God, yeah, we got a few people up. There's Molly. Thank you for playing the Molly's here tonight. She's just not sitting here next to me as she normally does. And but anyway, I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me. Didn't we have fun this morning? Oh my God, I had so much fun at South Beach. I was actually pretty nervous about bringing my concertina out on the beach. It's such a fragile instrument. It belongs in a boat, not in a beach. And anyway, we did something cool. Wasn't that fun? Please comment. It's so good to have you here. Good to have you here with me. And for those of you who love Molly so much, just know she'll comment. She'll tell you she's with family right now, having a ball. She's having a really great. She's with a whole bunch of canoles. They're all together, and it's probably a record number of canoles in this year, all in one place, all in one luncheon, all in one wonderful gathering. So anyway, there's a lot going on around here on the waterfront, and I thought I would talk about it because it's really busy. It's really busy. I mean, you already know that my boat's in the water. Haven't talked much about fishing. I did talk a little bit about squid fishing in a recent Sunday at Sea, but I'm going to do it again because I have news for you I'm going to share. I want to do the Squidjigging song again. I'm going to do it again because the squid season is still on. The commercial squid season is still ongoing. And it ends on June 15th. So if any one of you are along the south shore of Cape Cod, north shore of Martha's Vineyard in Nantucket, you go out tonight, you might see one of those squid boats out there. They do most of their fishing during the day, but some of them do it at night. And this is a prime, principal time of year. And the state of Massachusetts has extended the season a few more days. So those boys are out there in their boats, and they'll be hauling in hopefully plenty of squid that'll be circulated around the world. I'm not kidding you. And so anyway, it's time to do the squid jigging song, because I may not do it again for quite a few months. Something flash on my screen anyway. Why do I see bring them on camera? Does that mean I can bring them on camera? Anyway. Where the fishermen gather with their oilskins and boats, cape-bound, bound down, with all kinds of figures and squid lines and jiggers. They congregate here on the squid-jigging ground. Some are working their jiggers, while others are yearning. There's some standing up, but there's more lying down. Fun jokes and tricks are begun, and we wait for the squid on the squid-jigging ground. There's poor Uncle Jacob, his whiskers are covered with the squid juice flying all around. Ten-ho, what's the row? Why, we're catching them now! It's a wonderful muscle. It's amazing to me that no one is drowned. What a wonderful bustle of confusion. We're all catching squid on the squid. So we've shortened this song. I got so much to do with you tonight. One more verse. So if ever you're inclined to go out a squid jigging, just leave your white shirts and your collars in town. And if you have a weak stomach and are bound to get seasick, you better steer clear of the squid jigging ground. So, squid jigging. I know I've shown it to you before, but I want to show it again because I'm going to do a little something a little bit different. Going to go a little farther along on this story. I've shown you this rubber squid. I'll bring it right up to you. See this? Right over there. See that? And this here is a squid jig. You see that? And what happens, we drop it in the water, and the squid are very curious, so they'll come up and they'll grab it. And then you got yourself a squid when you pull it out of the water. It's not the hook, it's not even a hook, it's just, you could even make these out of paper clips, but the idea is it's just pointed little wires that get into there and pull them right out of the water. And as they're coming out of the water, my friends, they want to squirt black ink into the air. And you try and avoid it, and you try and stay out of the way. And you can fill a 5-gallon bucket if the squid are there. If you've got a school of fish, you can fill a bucket pretty quickly. you certainly can fill it and have a ball and have a great time. Well, it's not just, I want to show you another lure. Let me show you this one. This one here, you see this thing here? Look how little it is. I'm waving it right in front of you and I'm hoping it is focusing. Is it focusing? Maybe I'm too close. Well, anyhow, you see this thing? Maybe I'm too close. This is called a Swedish pimple. And you don't catch squid with it, though you can accidentally catch a squid with it, but you pull this through the water at a very fast pace. And that brings me to the next fish. I want to share with you a story about a man named Aaron Kine, K-I-N-N-E. He called me on Tuesday to report that he had caught a Atlantic bonito, whatever you may pronounce it any way you want, but bonito are an amazing fish. They're about this big. They don't get much bigger than that. They're little tunas. You know what a tuna looks like? A tuna looks like a bullet that goes through the water. Very fast fish. And these fish normally swim into these waters around July 4th, July 8th, usually. Years ago, not too many years ago, they were a fish that you expected in these waters around July. Well, this is a warm water fish, and this is a fish that usually hangs out in warm water. So the significance of somebody catching, what day did I write down here? On Tuesday, June 7th. So the significance of catching it, bonito, on June 7th of this year. That's early. That says a lot about water temperature, don't you think? And it says a lot about the world that's changing. Now, Aaron's a good guy, and I was checking with my other fishing friends who reported to me that somebody caught, a friend of mine, Chris Scott, caught a bonito about the same time last year, early in June. Now, the thing is that's so interesting to me is that here's this bonito, and I hope you look it up because it's a very pretty fish. This is a Swedish pimple here, and there's no food attached to it. It's just speeding through the water at a high rate of speed, and bonito are very fast. They're as fast as a car. They go through water faster than you and I can run or walk or anything. They're usually fast, incredibly fast. And they don't do much thinking about what it is that they're grabbing because there's no food attached to this thing. Here's another version of a Swedish pimple. This is called a deadly dick. Yeah, it's a deadly dick for plenty of good reason. And it's the same design, but what you're looking at is a lure that mimics a bait fish, a smaller bait fish like a sand eel, something like that. And fishermen will pull it through the water at a high rate of speed. And so I've already shown you a squid jig. And I tell you right now, this time of year, you don't have to have a big fishing rod. You don't have to have a giant fishing rod. You don't have to have a tackle full of all kinds of gear. You don't have to be loaded with all kinds of this and that to go down to the shore and have a great time. Because the fish are out there, and I'm hearing stories that they're out there. And with all the troubles in the world and whatever, I am so glad that at least in most cases the ocean is doing all right. My father was the keeper of the Yellowstone Light, and he slept with a mermaid one fine night. From this union there were three, a porpoise, a Porgy, and the other was me. Yo ho ho, the wind blows free, all for the life of the rolling sea. One night I was sitting upon the glim, singing a verse from the evening hymn, when a voice from the starboard shouted, "Ahoy!" And there was my mother, she was sitting on a buoy. Yo ho ho, the wind blows free, all for the life of the rolling sea. So what has happened to my children three? My mother, she then asked of me. Well, one was exhibited as a talking fish, the other was served on a chafing dish. Yo ho, the wind blows free, all for the life of the rolling sea. Well, the phosphorus flashed in my mother's hair. I turned to look, and she wasn't there. But a voice came shouting out of the night, "To hell with the keeper of the Eddystone Light." Yo ho, the wind blows free, all for the life of the rolling sea. I'm going to check my messages right now because I want to make sure everybody's out there happy, because let me see, we got everybody all right? I'm saying hi, 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 hi. Oh, goody, goody, goody. Everybody listening all right. Oh, boy. Oh, my God, what nice thoughts you're all sharing with me. Look at this. This is good. Look at all these nice people. All right, I just want to make sure. Yeah, this is good. All right, we're good. I don't hear anybody saying anything or they can't hear anything. And that's good. I'm a little nervous because you're a very distinguished audience. You're important to me. And sound is everything. Audio, video is okay, but sound is everything. So, here's the next thing that's so cool to share with you all. We had thunderstorms this week. Did you notice in where you live? Do you have thunderstorms? That's as good a sign of spring for me as any sign at all, right? And we had some real loud ones too. We had some thumpers. We had some amazing thunderstorms. How about you? Did you have any thunderstorms? We got rain. On several occasions I was driving in the road and visibility dropped down to, I could just see maybe 20 feet in front of my car, my truck. I could only see 20 feet in front of my truck. That was amazing to me. Now I know some of you in other parts of the country, some other places, you thunderstorms are routine. We get thunderstorms, so maybe we get maybe in this time of year, maybe 2 a month, maybe 1 a month, and they're I love to think of thunderstorms as theater. They have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and you never know the story until the end comes, and you know the beginning because those clouds roll in, and the sound, and the noise, and you don't know how frequent that thunder and lightning is going to be until it's really at the height of it, and then it abates, and that's when you know that things are going to ease up. And it's just like watching something on television. It's like watching a movie. It's Mother Nature's show. It's Mother Nature's story. It's Mother Nature's delivery of rain that we need, and we needed the rain we got this week. We really needed it, and I like a thunderstorm. I love a good thunderstorm. I love a good thunderstorm, and we had it. All right, let's see. A couple of things I want to share with you. All right, here I'm going to show you Molly's and my CD. I'm going to put this right up there. Can you see that all right? You see that okay? She's selling them on her website. And if you could see, there's a little ticker on the bottom of the view here that shows her website. And you go there and you can purchase this CD from her. My website has also been updated, and if you go visit it, and you'll see this points you to Molly's website. But we've also I've got other CDs, and I think I can say this, Molly and I haven't talked about it. If you wanted to buy one of these CDs from Molly, you could do it by sending a check to her. But the other thing that's important is that on my website there are a lot of places a lot of ways that you can acquire these CDs. There are 4 of them. With the Fishes, which came out 2 years ago, pre-COVID, and then folk songs. This one, this children's collection of songs right here. And anyway, these they are out there. And for those of you who are Amazon followers, you can get them on Amazon if you're out there, and you go online and you go to Spotify and Apple Music. You can listen to each and every one of the songs there. The reception we've received started out really like gangbusters, and that was a month ago, and already things are easing down. So I'm reaching out to you to let you know that they're available now. You can easily get a hold of it, and you should have no trouble at all getting it. And Molly's very quick about going to the post office. She's a terrific lady. Aft on the poop deck, walking all about, there is the second mate, so steady and so stout. What he is thinking of, he doesn't know himself. Well, we're wishing that the second mate would strike the bell, second mate, let us go below, and look well to windward, you can see it's gonna blow, and look at the glass, you can see that it is fell. Well, we're wishing that the second mate would strike the bell. Down on the main deck, working at the pumps, there is the larboard watch a-longing for their bunks. Looking to windward, they see a great swell. Well, they're wishing that the second mate would what? Strike the bell, second mate, let us go below. And look well to windward, you can see it's gonna blow. And look at the glass, you can see that it is fell. Well, we're wishing that the second mate would strike the bell. At the wheel, poor Anderson stands, clinging to the spokes with his cold mittened hands, looking at the compass, oh, the course is clear as hell. Well, he's wishing that the second mate would strike the bell, second mate, let us go below, and look well to windward, you can see it's gonna blow, and look at the glass, you can see that it is fell. Well, we're wishing that the second mate would strike the bell. Forward on the forecastle head. Oh my God, I just forgot my line. Forward on the forecastle head, keeping sharp lookout. There is a Johnny, he's ready for to shout. Lights burning bright, everything is well. Well, he's wishing that the second mate would what? Strike the bell. Aft on the poop captain stands, looking to windward, his glasses are in his hands. What he is thinking of, we all know very well. Well, he's thinking more of shortening sail than what? Strike the bell, second mate, let us go below. And look well to windward, you can see it's gonna blow. And look at the glass, you can see that it is fell. Well, we're wishing that the second mate would what? Strike the bell. Wishing that the second mate would what? Strike the bell. Thank you for being part of this. I think we've done, let's see, I think we've pretty much done everything I wanted to do tonight. Sailorman, listen to me. I'll sing you a song of the fish in the sea. Blow your winds westerly blow. We're bound to the southward, so steady she goes. Now up comes the whale, the biggest of all. He went up aloft and let all the sails fall. Blow your winds westerly blow. We're bound to the southward, so steady she goes. Now up comes the mackerel with his striped back. He stands on the deck and says, my name is Jack. Blow your winds westerly blow. We're bound to the southward, so steady she goes. Now up comes the bluefish. He's a wagging his tail. He flips and he flops and says, time to make sail. Blow your winds westerly blow. We're bound to the southward, so steady she goes. Now up comes the flatfish and we call him Skate. If you'll be the captain, why, I'll be the mate. Blow your winds westerly blow. We're bound to the southward, so steady she goes. Now up comes the codfish with his chuckle head. It's out on the chains, heaving the lead. Blow your winds westerly blow. We're bound to the southward, so steady she goes. Now I know you love swordfish. Come on, young. Up comes the swordfish. He's the king of the sea. We're coming about, boys, so heartily. Blow your winds westerly blow. We're bound to the southward, so steady she goes. One more verse. So up comes the fisherman. He's stalwart and grim. He dips his big net in and scoops them all in. Blow your winds westerly blow. We're bound to the southward, so steady she goes. Blow your winds westerly blow. We're bound to the southward, so steady she goes. There are two other fish that I didn't mention, and I should now. Let's mention them now. Bluefish, I just had mentioned in the song. Bluefish are here. They've been here since before Memorial Day weekend. And bluefish are in the fish markets. And they're mostly often caught by local rod and reel commercial fishermen. And so we love bluefish. We love bluefish, and my gosh, there are all kinds of things you can do with bluefish. And the best bluefish is the freshest bluefish. If you can get a fish home, get it in the kitchen within the same day, it's even more delicious. I know some people say, "Oh, it tastes a little too gamey," and my feeling about that is, yeah, you're right. But in most cases, the reason why it tastes a little gamey is because maybe it's like 2 or 3 days from the. It's been in the refrigerator for 2 or 3 days, but anyhow, it's really the chef that makes great bluefish. Bluefish is a terrific fish, worth eating. Now, another fish that is being landed right now is called fluke, and we call it summer flounder. It has those two names, and they're synonymous with each other. And they're a beautiful fish, and it's like it's a flounder. It's a flounder, and you know, it's with the eyes on one. Its eyes are on one side of the fish, and the underneath is all bright and white, nice white, and on the top of it. And that's a great fish. And on Martha's Vineyard, somebody came up with the idea a few years ago of calling it Vineyard Sole. And that's a good fish. That's a really good locally caught fish. We're weeks away from a commercial striped bass season, and the striped bass, they're not as happy as we want them to be. So, so there's a lot of people looking at other ways to substitute other fish for striped bass. We love striped bass. Striped bass is wonderful, and there have been increasing numbers of restrictions on striped bass, so people are more and more uncomfortable, let alone harder to find, a little more uncomfortable about eating striped bass because of the numbers aren't what we want, and there's been a lot written about it, and a lot of people have an opinion about it. So for many fishermen, myself included, we do what we love, which is catch and release, and that is where you go out, you take the barb off of your hook. You notice, you look at these hooks, these treble hooks, and they have barbs, so that if it gets hooked in the fish can't shake it off. And it can be harmful to a fish that you're going to release. So the best technique would be to use a barbless hook. And that means you can catch the fish, and as long as you keep tension on the line, you can bring the fish in and look at it and marvel at it and have that eye-to-eye contact with that fish, and then you release it. And because of the use of barbless hooks and techniques used especially by fly fishermen, that fish has a future. And also we have minimum sizes for fish, so if you catch a small fish, you have to be able to release it. You're not allowed to keep large fish. So this is an exciting time of summer, and I hope you get out and have a good time. We've been running around here on Martha's Vineyard. This weekend was high school graduation, so the community is all wrapping itself around the wonderful experience of watching cute kids, get their diplomas, and that's a big deal. Let me just take a peek over here and see how my audience is doing. How are you guys doing? Is everybody all right over here? Look at all of these nice comments. Oh my God, look at this. Molly, thank you for being aboard. I miss you here, and I think a lot of people do too. But boy, you're having a good time where you are. Thank you, all of you, for joining with me tonight. It's so good we do what we do, isn't it? I was so amazed by the response to this morning's show. I have to figure ways to take you places and do music for you. We don't have all the technology right for doing it. And but I have to say that my Patreon supporters are there for me. They're helping me. And you please join in. Please help support. Because I go out and I buy the gear. I'll go get the gear if you give me. I'm not. My goal is not to empty my wallet every week. But the idea is to try and provide you with some wonderful programs. And Patreon supporters are helping me out. If you don't know anything about Patreon, please go to my website. There's a link to Patreon, and there's a way to find ways that you can contribute monthly, down to like $3 a month for our programming. And if we need a bunch of you doing that, get a bunch of you, and we have a few, there's an income there that I can use. And if I had my way, and we already had significant contribution earlier this year. You see this lighting, and the sound system is better, right? You all love that. That's because we had an anonymous contribution. A real person out there. A real person made a contribution to help fund these programs. So we got new lights. I have this streaming service that I'm subscribing to, which gives you the best. This program is simultaneously being recorded on YouTube. And the YouTube followers, they're out there too. We gotta love our YouTube people. So, can you believe it? In 2 years, we really have an entity here. We've got something going on. And it's all because of you. It's all because of you. Every one of you. I don't know, you're sharing it. We got people all over the country. I'm going to repeat what I've said many times. We've got friends in the state of Washington. We've got friends in Arizona. We got friends in Chicago. We got friends in Texas. We got Chesapeake friends, Louisiana friends, Virginia. If you're any one of those people in the audience, please throw up, just mention the state you're from as you're watching this show tonight. It's amazing, and I'm doing it from home. This is not a highly sophisticated operation here. We just have a little bit of technology this and technology that brings you the show. And it's driven by your enthusiasm, and it's driven by your comments, which is already tonight is overflowing. I can see it from over here. Oh my God, you folks are amazing. Oh my God, yeah. Thank you, Molly. Yeah, we got folks all over. Take a look at the comments. We got Pennsylvania, Velma. We got Velma, and we're lucky to have Velma. Velma is with us, 90-year-old lady, wonderful lady, watches us every week. We would have had her birthday on our show, but we just celebrated her birthday. Acknowledged it. And then we got Melissa in the Chesapeake. She had a birthday. So I'm having a heart-to-heart conversation with you in the absence of singing. I'm just telling you that it's an amazing group. You are all beloved. You talk to each other. You share in the fellowship of the evening with each other. The Ed Sullivan Show was on Sunday nights. We're not competing with them. We don't want to be Ed Sullivan. But on Sunday nights, we do manage to pull ends together. We pull the country together. And we got our friends in England. Oh my God. Isn't it wonderful? Anyway. This is my last song, and I just want to send you all out on the rest of the week. Have a good week. Stay tuned. Go look at Molly's website. She's awesome. Go look at my website. It's been updated. We put some pictures of Molly in it. We also promote the CDs, all of my CDs, and it's astounding to me that my CDs are still being downloaded. Alright, so that's enough chit-chat. Let's do some music. This is my last song. Thank you all of you for joining with me tonight. Call on man, the capstan. See the cable running clear. Lead the way as for New England. We do steer. Cape Horn, one frosty morning, and the sails were full of snow. Right those ships and pulling those halyards, let her off and let her go. Rolling home, rolling home, thousand miles behind us, many thousand miles to go. The ocean Vineyard. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being so kind. Not only to me, but to each other. I think we're going to be alright with folks like you around. I think we're going to be alright. What do you think? Oh, I didn't even have my, here's a toast to you. I haven't even had my ginger beer yet. I'm going to toast to you. Toast to every one of you. Here you go. Thank you. And Molly will be back next week. I've got it on good authority.